have that. That's what you keep saying to yourself if you don't write it in the present tense. So write it in the present tense as if it's already come true in your life. All right? As you're going through this process, get in the mindset of you're already there. You're already living that life. And say, I currently drive this. I currently live here. I currently donate to these organizations. I do this. I do that. All in the present tense. That's the first rule. Okay? The second rule is don't be realistic. Too many people try to be realistic with this because they've never done any program or any kind of exercise like this before. They try to be realistic, and they don't think that they could have houses in 6 different cities, and they don't think that they could end up donating $500,000 a year to their favorite organization. They don't think that they can retire 6 people in their family just from their income. Okay, they try to be too realistic. And my favorite quote from Will Smith, some of you guys know, hopefully all of you know Will Smith. All right, my favorite quote from him, okay, is, what is my favorite quote? My favorite quote from Will Smith, someone help me out here. Someone's seen it. I know someone's seen it. No, that's a good quote too. Okay, being average, being realistic. There we go. That's what I was talking about. Being realistic. Okay, being realistic is the most commonly traveled path to mediocrity. If you're being realistic. If you're being realistic, trying to be, okay, well, that's not possible, or that car costs too much, or that organization, there's no way I could give that much money to them, or there's no way I could actually retire my parents. Doing that is what most people do. And if you look out in the world of what's happening right now, not what society or our friends or what colleges or our professors would tell us, but if you look at the results, the actual reality of what's going on in the world, you do not want to be like most people. Because most people go through their entire lives being average and mediocre, never doing the things that they want to do in their lives. And that's the reason that funeral homes, funeral sites, graveyards, that's the most valuable piece of land on earth. Grave sites are the most valuable pieces of land on earth because all of the people's ideas and dreams and aspirations and things they wish they could have done, but they didn't do them, and then they died. And then they went to the grave with all those great ideas and all those aspirations in their mind, but they didn't do them because somewhere along the way, they let their friends, their family, or for most people, their bank account talk them out of doing those things. Don't be realistic. That's the most commonly traveled path to mediocrity. Okay? And then the last thing, right in the present tense, don't be realistic and write it out in excruciating detail. Excruciating detail. Like every single little detail that you can think of, write it out. Don't say, I currently drive a nice car. Say, I currently drive a 2015 white BMW M Sport with a red leather interior and a navigation package and a sound package and 18-inch wheels. All right? Don't say, I want to have a nice house. I live in a nice house. No. I live in a 4-story house on the side of this street and this street at the intersection, and I have 2 of my best friends living in it with me, and it has a jacuzzi in the backyard, and there's a pool, and there's this grill over here, and there's a freaking pizza maker in the backyard on the right side. All right? Excruciating detail, every single aspect of it. Write out in excruciating detail because the more you think about it, the more you force yourself to write out those details, it's going to come easy. Sometimes people get discouraged from doing this activity. This is really hard for most people. And notice, I'm not even talking about Vemma right now. All right, Vemma relates to life. If you succeed in Vemma, you can succeed in life. This is the first step to succeeding in life and Vemma. All right, write it out in excruciating detail. It becomes really easy. It just starts coming to you, and you just get in the zone. And once you get in the zone, you just go. You're just going. You just keep writing every single detail, every single everything. All right, just make sure the whole time you're following those 3 rules: present tense. Don't be realistic, and write it in excruciating detail. Doing that will not only be the most important thing you'll ever do for your Vemma business, that will be the most important activity you'll ever do for your entire life. Okay, and once you do that, don't just do it once and then stop doing it. Once you write that down, once you write out your deep why, a really long deep why of what you want your life to be like, that's great, but here's what happens. Things change. People change. Change is a constant. Change is the only thing that we know for sure is going to happen. Things are always going to change. Your beliefs, your values, the things that you care about are always going to be changing. So every 60 to 90 days, go do that again. Review what you had written And then every 60 to 90 days, every 2 to 3 months, go back and do the exercise again. That right there is how you really figure out your why. Because a lot of people in Vemma, you hear like, what's your why? What's your why? I want to retire my pants. And that's it. And they think that they have their why. That's like a joke. That's not retiring your parents, but like just having one little sentence like that. You got to make this deep and in detail and really emotionally get involved in it. Because if you're not emotionally involved in it, it's not going to pull you forward. This business is very, very difficult. It's simple, but it's not easy. The reason it's not easy is because you're going to have a lot of your best friends, you're going to have a lot of your family members, a lot of your professors, a lot of people that you love and care about in your life, looking you in the eyes, dead in your eyes, staring at you, telling you you're an idiot, it's not going to work, you're not going to make money, I've already tried those things before, they don't work. All these things telling you not to do it. And if you don't have that deep emotional why that's carrying you forward, you're not going to succeed. You're not going to get past those barriers that are keeping you from succeeding. So that's the first step to the whole system. That's the most important thing, figuring out your why. Okay, the next step, that sort of leads into the next step that I want to talk about. All right, the next step I want to talk about is your attitude and mindset. Your attitude and mindset. Notice, this one doesn't have anything to do with Vemma either. It's your attitude and your mindset. It's how you act. Everything that you do is filtered through your attitude. You have a positive attitude all the time, you're going to act differently than if you have a negative attitude all the time. Okay, so your attitude and mindset is really important. And there's 3 things, 3 steps that I like to take people through in getting the right attitude and getting the right mindset. The first step is understanding you're in the right place at the right time with the right people. We're in the right place at the right time with the right people. It's all there. Our company, our products, products are ridiculous. I know there's a lot of Verb in the room right now. It's not just Verb. We have Verb. We have Verb Remix that just came out. Out here we have the body shakes, which are ridiculous. If you actually look at the ingredients on the body shakes and compare it to all these other competitors, it's nuts how healthy ours is. All right? It's crazy. It's not just people talking about it. All right? It's not just Dr. Oz, America's doctor. He just got voted the #1 most influential health figure in America for 2013. He researched our product. And he's quoted in a magazine saying it's the best liquid multivitamin you can put in your body. And we've been on his show 2 times in the last couple of years. Our products have been on Good Morning America. There's a full segment on 2020, which is, I don't know if that plays here. It's in America. It got like 14 million viewers. We've been on that. All right, there's been so much credibility with everything we have. It's not just that, though. It's not just the credibility and doctors talking about it. We're the official energy drink of the Phoenix Suns, the NBA team. We were the official health supplement of another NBA team for like 5 or 6 years. It's not just that, though. We have science to back all of that up. It's not just testimonials from people who have seen health benefits. It's not just people saying it's healthy, but we have science to back all of that up. You'll feel it. Anybody here who's been drinking Vemma for a while, you feel a difference. And if you drink it for 3 months straight and you don't drink it for a week, you notice it. On day 8, you're like you need to get Verb. You need to get Vemma. All right? But we have science to back it up. It's all there. We have double-blind placebo test studies. Verb is now the most clinically studied energy drink on the market in the world. And it's healthy. And it's nuts how much credibility we have. The products are there. Okay, the timing of the company. That's the second thing, that you understand you're in the right place at the right time with the right people. The timing is ridiculous. Especially in Mexico. We've been open in America for 9 years. In America, we've been open for 9 years. We're a little pequeño niño. Right, a little baby boy. We got Amway, 67th year, Herbalife, 35th year. We're in our 9th year. We're just now starting to catch momentum and getting into our momentum phase and going from 200 million as a company to $1 billion. But that's in America. 9 years in America. We've been in Mexico for 2 years. I can't even get that low. I have to get down here. That's where we're at right now. That's how early it is in Mexico. And there's 120 million people in this whole country. And just so you guys get an idea of what kind of opportunity we have at our feet and where we're going these next 20, 30, 40, 50 years, I just want to share with you something from Herbalife last year. Last year, Herbalife, as a company, just their shakes, just the shakes alone, just in Mexico, sold $600 million worth. Okay, that's a lot. $600 million. Just the shakes, just in Mexico. Vemma as a company, with every single product in all 57 countries, did 1/3 of that. That's how early this thing is. That's where the timing is. You don't want to get on board when the company's up here. You want to get on board right here and be a part of that growth. All right? You can get on board in year 67 and still make a bunch of money and still retire your family and do all the things you want to do with your life. But imagine getting in year 9, in year 2, when no one knows about it. That's where we're at. You're in the right place at the right time with the right people. That's the last thing, leadership. This company, this profession, it builds and it falls on leadership. Our company has the best leadership in the world. All right? Starting with one for Mexico, you got Armando, who'll go to war for every single person in this room. All right? He's done so many. I've seen him. I've known him for what, 5, 6, 7 months now. I've literally seen him do so many things under the radar that you guys don't see. You guys don't see that. Most people don't see what he does for you. And it's not just him. Yeah, seriously. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous the amount of under the radar stuff that he does, but it's not just him. All right, that leadership stems from ultimately our CEO, BK. Starts with BK, goes down through Armando, and then through our teams. We got Pepe, one of the best leaders in Mexico. We got obviously Mario and Ruben and Cesar. This whole group, everyone in this room, we're all working with the right people. We have the leadership. Obviously, I didn't say Alex. Alex? Yeah, whatever. But the thing is the leadership's all there. It's all there, and you need to understand the first step to getting the right attitude and mindset to build your business is to understand you are in the right place at the right time with the right people. That's it. 100%, Vemma's the best company out there, best opportunity out there, and you're in the right place at the right time with the right people. All right, let's go. It's nuts. All right, so understanding that is important. You have to understand that. If you don't understand you're in the right place at the right time with the right people, then good luck. Good luck. Because you are. Okay, but that's not it. It doesn't end there. That's just the first step. Okay, the second step is actually doing something about it. Because you can have all the knowledge in the world, you can know you're in the right place at the right time, you're in the best opportunity in the world, that's great, but that's worthless if you don't actually do something about it. Does that make sense? You can't just sit there and be like, yeah, this is sick, we haven't made, man. I haven't cycled once, but this is a sick opportunity. I love to drink, so I'm going to sit here and just drink Verve all day long. I get 24 cases in my 1-pack every month. I'm going to drink 24 cans every single month. This is sick, man. Yeah, then you should probably just be a customer if that's what you want to do. But if you want to build a business and build a life off of this income, or just build an extra $500 a month off this income, you need to make a decision to do something about it. Okay, so make the decision. That's the second step. It doesn't take a week. It doesn't take a month. It takes a split second. When you walk out this door, you make the decision that you're going to make it happen. 100%, bar none, nothing else matters, you are going to make it happen. Because when you do that, decision, the word to decide, I think it's decidir, right? Decidir, to decide, that means to cut off from. The Latin root of that means to cut off from. Okay, so when you decide that you're 100% going to be successful, you cut off from the idea that it's not going to work. You cut off from the idea that your friends aren't going to be able to do it because they don't have the money. I'll give them a second on that. I spoke really fast there. You cut off from the idea that it's not going to work, it's not going to work in Mexico, it only works in America. You cut off from the idea that it's not going to work in Monterrey, it's not going to work in Reynosa, because the people here are closed-minded. There's closed-minded people everywhere. There's ignorant people everywhere. You make that decision, and you cut off from all the other things that are going to stray you from being successful. All right, that's really important, and that takes a split second. The third step to getting the right attitude and mindset, okay, first is to understand you're in the right place, right time, right people. You make a decision to do something about it. But then the third thing is you have to look at your actions. Okay, because you can know you're in the right place. You can make the decision you're going to do something about it. But then what are you doing in your 24 hours in your day? Because every single one of us has 24 hours in a day. Every single person has 24 hours. If you don't, raise your hand. So I'd love to meet you. I'd really love to meet you. All right, because everyone has 24 hours. Yet some people, there's people who make $10 million a year, and there's people who make $10 a year. They have the same amount of time. It's not the time that's the issue. All right, it's how you're spending your time. So you're in the right place, you make the decision to do something about it. How are you spending your time? That's what you need to worry about. That's what you need to focus on, is how you are spending your time. You have 24 hours a day, what are you doing? Because a lot of people get distracted and they confuse activity with productivity. They get confused. They think that being active, drinking a bunch of verb and running around and going to home events and talking to people and doing this, doing that, all these things like, oh yeah, Vemma, just all these things, that's activity. But are you actually being productive? You don't make, your income is not dependent on how many people you call or how many pictures you post of verb or how many cans you drink. That doesn't determine your income. The one and only thing that determines the amount of cycles you have is the total amount of Vemma product that's being consumed in your organization.